I'm Mandy Mundo, and this is my experience using trusted house sitters. So this is a web or an app-based platform where you can potentially stay in people's houses for free, and in return they get free house sitting or pet sitting from you. You do have to pay for a yearly membership for it, so depending on which one you choose, it might be anywhere from $150 to $250. But if you equate that to maybe just a 3-night stay in Tokyo, Japan, then it pays for itself. So if you use it more than once or twice a year, then it's definitely going to pay for itself. I'm going to go over the website first and then share some of my personal experiences at the different house sits that I've done. So this is the website, and I actually mostly use the app version, but as you can see on the app, it doesn't have landscape mode, so it's not the best way to show you what Trusted House Sitters looks like, but I usually just use the app. So I'll show you the web-based version instead. So I do have an active membership, and you can create your own profile. So describe why you want to house sit, your experiences with different animals that you've sat for in the past, and upload pictures of yourself as well. So these are my current house sits. I've applied for one in Thailand, in Koh Samui, Thailand, because I'm going to visit Asia very soon. And then these are house sits I've done recently. So San Juan Capistrano, San Antonio, which is where I live, so the local sit, and then in North Carolina. And then it has my profile. So this is where I can put my experience, different things about me. So put your photo, your cover photo, and then more photos of yourself. So I just do photos of me traveling or photos with other pets. I think you can upload maybe 10 to 15 photos. So, just beef up your profile to make you more attractive to sitters. The past sits that I've done, so I've done a few in Texas, North Carolina, like I said. I did one in Hawaii right here, and that was a week on the Big Island, Austin, Newcastle, Australia. So that's the furthest house sit, I guess, that I've done. And you can see people who have reviewed me give me like 5 stars. Yeah! So as long as you can stay an average 5-star review, then you are potentially going to get more house sit applications. So let's say you've made a profile and you want to search for house sit. So up here at the top, you go to find a house sit. And I like to do it by looking on the map. So there's this little button down here at the bottom, view map, and I can go straight to the country that I'm interested in. So let's say I want to go to the Caribbean. So now all the house sits that are popping up down here below are ones that are in the Caribbean. So I'm not traveling to the Caribbean anytime soon, but possibly in the future. So if I look at, let's just say, I'll just pick one to show you. So this one in September, 2 dogs, 7 cats, 1 reptile and fish. So that's a lot to take care of. And they need people in September, also November and December, and you can see how many people have already applied. No applicants for the September sit yet, 3 for November, none for December. And then here's their profile. So if that's something that interests you, then you can go ahead and apply for it. I like to look at responsibilities, so basically how often do I have to feed the animals, or do I have to stay at home? I've found that some sit profiles people say we want someone to work from home and stay with our animal almost full time because that's what they're used to when we're home. Well, as a traveler, that's not appealing to me, because if I'm going to somewhere like the Caribbean or Asia or Australia, it's because I want to travel and see the local sites. I don't want to spend my whole day sitting at home with a dog, because that's what the dog is used to when you're at home. So I look at that, responsibilities and what their expectations are. So for instance, the one I'm doing right now, how do I get back to that? Maybe on my dashboard. Yes, the Thailand one. So this is in October. It's a house with a pool. It's only one dog, and they said that their dog likes to hang out at the beach, and the dog likes to sleep most of the day because he's a little bit older. So that sounds like my kind of house sit, going to the beach with the dog and then taking it for a walk in the morning and in the evening. So again, I'm looking for things like that. Yes, I understand people need pet sitters to care for their animals more attentively, but for this platform, it's really not ideal for someone who is getting free pet care essentially. So I'm looking for, again, more ease of pet sitting, as well as getting to see the local sites. I'll show you a little bit of the app version just because I'm more used to using it. I like it. So for instance, if I go to me, I can see on my profile right away how many stars I have, how many people have already reviewed me and given me 5 stars. So I like the app version better. And then let's say you don't want to look at it from the map side of things, you can just go to the search function, and let's just say France. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Go back. France, the country. There we go. Because I've noticed there's a lot of house sits available in the English-speaking countries and then Europe. If you're trying to find somewhere in Asia or South America or Africa, it's a little bit harder to find. Not impossible, but there's only onesies and twosies sprinkled here and there. So I found that Thailand one and I jumped on it. How I did that was I typed in Thailand at the top bar here, and then I hit this little button that says Save Search. So now if I did this now for France, any new sit that will pop up in France will notify me, because the ones that pop up in Asia, if it's a good one, they're probably up for an hour or less before they've already filled up their 5 applications, and then they're taken down. So you gotta apply for the Asia ones, I've noticed, right away. So I'm not going to save a France search right now because I don't need to. But if you looked up here in France, it tells you the dates, the location, and how many animals. So this one cat in France, in the country, that sounds amazing. Even though I totally take care of more animals than I have in the past. But this just sounds really, really easy. Let's look at the pictures. Oh. Wow, so it's just like a country villa and there's just one cat. This one, I bet, is going to be a very competitive house sit. So 2 people have already applied for it, and it's for, gosh, it's for 5 months. Hey, if that is your cup of tea, that's awesome. I don't like staying in places for a very long time, especially not 5 months, but some people who are retired would like to do that. So 5 months taking care of a cat. This person's originally from New Zealand, and they moved to France, I guess. So again, a lot of English-speaking countries are using this site, and it looks like a lot of English speakers themselves are using this site. So what I found is, even if it's in a different country, it's usually someone from New Zealand or Australia or the US who have moved to the Caribbean or South America or Asia. So if you are a native English speaker, very helpful. Or if it's English as a second language for you, then you're going to find a lot of people who speak English. So just something to keep in mind if you're not a native English speaker. Oh my gosh, 4 dogs, 5 cats, 2 horses, fish, and chickens. That is a lot of people in 9 days, Christmas in France. So If you are interested in a membership, you can use my link down here at the bottom of the page and you get a 25% discount, and I get a couple free months of membership, so help me help you. And I have the premium membership because it sounded appealing at the time. Premium, I wonder if I can find a description of premium. Let's go back. So, for instance, if I apply for a sit and I get accepted and it's for whatever, Paris, France, and then the homeowner has to cancel the sit, then Trusted House Sitters will cover, I think, up to $100 a night for me to still stay in France if I can't find another house sit in Paris. So that sounded appealing to me if things get canceled last minute by the owner. And then also with premium membership, you get better access to the vet advice line, and you get 2 airport lounge passes a year. So I've used it once at an airport lounge I think in Santiago, Chile. So I'm not a big like airport lounge person. It's not something I need to have. And I've never used the vet advice line because owners are really good about telling you who their local vet is and what to do in an emergency. And then I guess just for the guaranteed cancellation. So when I sign up for it next year, I might not do the premium membership. I might just do the basic. I don't know the cost difference off the top of my head. I'll have to write it in later, but I think it's like $250 for a premium membership a year and maybe $200 or less for the regular membership a year. So just something to think about if you think you need the premium or not.
This is a local sit right here in San Antonio. I've been here once before and they invited me back for Thanksgiving. And I get to hang out in the hot tub with the puppies. Come here, Weston. Weston, come here. There you go. There you go. Hello. It's nice doing a local sit because I can still hang out with Jeremy, or he can come over, or I can go home for a little bit, or I can do like my chores and my errands and stuff, but still just get to hang out in a nice big beautiful house with a hot tub. And the owners keep the place nice and spick and span. And they left out a puzzle for me. Well, I did all this work, but I didn't get to finish.
For my house sit in Hawaii, it was 3 dogs, a cat, 17 chickens, I think, and 3 ducks. It sounds like a lot, but it really wasn't bad at all. The 3 dogs were 3 little dogs. They had a doggy door so they could go in and out as they pleased. And it was mainly just feeding the chickens and the ducks. So very, very easy to do. I'd never done that before, but I came in a day early and stayed the night with the owner. So she taught me everything to do and hosing off the duck poop. And I got fresh eggs to eat. And some owners are even so helpful and courteous and generous that they will provide other things for you too. Sometimes they'll provide a car, sometimes they won't, which is fine. I don't expect a car, but sometimes they will let you have guests over. So because I was in Hawaii visiting my friend Kyle, he came over and stayed on his weekend, so for a few nights, and he was very excited because he got to play with the cat. And we did our own big island exploring, so it worked out really well. My house sit in North Carolina was only a plant sit, so I only had to water the plants.
And it included a hot tub, complete with mountain views. Since I've been here, I've been able to go to downtown Asheville and hang around, and I even went hiking and leaf peeping on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
For this house sit, I'm in San Juan Capistrano, California. And this is Cooper. Say hi, Coop. Say hi, Coop. With Cooper.
Oh, yes.
And that's Brody. I know, you want all the attention. You want all the attention, huh?
And there's even a beach 10 minutes away.
That's right, just down the road was the famous town of Laguna Beach. So that's my experience using trusted house sitters. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.